In this next section of nonfiction elements, we're going to take a look at facts and opinions, objectivity, and formality. So facts and opinions, we know that facts are known realities. We can't argue facts. So these are things like colors, shapes, sizes, and numbers. We also might have false facts where we're mistaken, where we give the wrong name, or where we say the wrong number, or report the wrong score. Those are false facts. They might be intentional lies. They might be unintentional. But here we have some misinformation. And then we have opinions. And opinions, of course, are personal judgments. These are things where something is is best, bad, delicious, quick, slow, a quality something. So we also then have to gauge whether what we're hearing from an author is fact or whether it's filtered through the author's opinion and then the author is labeling that fact of someone who's the quickest in the race, as opposed to maybe someone's time in the race. The time might be a fact. Someone labeling that as the fastest, or someone labeling that is getting closer to an opinion word. Now, we can use opinions so long as they're backed up by facts. So we don't want to just include opinions. We want to see where we're drawing those conclusions from. The next piece we're looking at here is objectivity. To be objective means there are no opinions. We're only including facts. We might include some opinions if they are supported by facts, but police reports should be objective. Things in court should be objective. Referees should be objective. They're not letting their emotions sway them. If we're looking at things through a subjective lens, viewing the world through subjectivity, we're going to include opinions. We're going to try to engage our audience. Now, the trouble with this is that once we start using opinions, people who disagree with opinions might stop listening to us. So when we're persuading people, we have to be mindful of what opinions we're including and when we're including them. When we're speaking or writing, we want to take a look at the formality. How serious are we? So we can look at this as a spectrum from being really serious on one end, where we're going to write in third person. We're not going to use first person pronouns like I. We're not going to use contractions, to informal on the other end. Informal writing is much more conversational. It's when you talk with your friends. It's when you're lounging around. You're going to use a lot of opinions. You might use slang. And we may be in first person. So we have the spectrum of super, super formal, like a stuffy British professor, all the way to the other end where you're lounging in bed, texting your friend. We have to make these decisions when we try to connect with an audience here on formality. In connecting with an audience, we have to be aware of who our intended audiences and who our actual audiences. Who do we want to read the text we send, but then who actually reads it if someone sends the text on to somebody else? Being aware of our audience is so important because we have to be able to adjust how we're speaking and what we're saying based on what our audience knows. So we're going to have to write and speak differently based on our audiences. This connects with our rhetorical triangle of the speaker, the topic, and the audience because we need to adjust once we know who we're talking for. And this is our quick overview of nonfiction analysis.